Very good afternoon to all my students, respected teacher friends, all the participant friends, all my revered teachers. This is the first class which I have started today for the students of BA first semester who have recently got their admission but up till now become able to come to their colleges, or they up to who are not up till now having the chance to remain present in their institutions for their classes. I am mentioning about the students of my college as well as all the students who have had their admission in BA first year and who are the students of BA first semester. Dear students, you are to study for your major course 2 papers in your semester 1 BA first year, and students of general course you are to study only one paper. That is, this is the paper, the name of the paper which you are to study for general course is Philosophical and Sociological Foundation of Education. But the students of major course or honors course nowadays, honors course when just after the CBCS, students are to study in their honors course. You are to study 2 papers for your first semester major BA part. First semester major honors BA education honors and BA first year. And this is your first paper, Philosophical and Sociological Foundation of Education. The second paper which you are to study for according to the CBCS course structure, second paper is Educational Psychology or Psychology of Education. This is your second paper. But the students of general course or generic course, you are to study only one paper. This paper you are to study in your first semester, and in your second semester you are to study another paper. So this paper is common for the students of honors course as well as for the students of generic course or for the students of general course. My dear students, all the faculty members of the Department of Education, with the help of the Honorable Head, one most important group has been formed, and the group is being names or most of the numbers are linked there in your WhatsApp. Unfortunately, when I checked the group yesterday, I saw a very much dirty uploading there, and the number of the student, phone number of the student, particularly the mobile number of the student is certainly well recorded by Mr. Handan Ali Ahmed, one of the faculty members of the Department of Education of Bhawanipur Anchalik College. This is not so much good practice. This group is absolutely for your academic purpose. You are not so much serious and sincere. You may not be sincere and serious, but why you never can or you do not have the authority to disturb the other students. The particular student who uploaded the dirty picture in the group, as well as some other students who uploaded some physical pictures, they will be well punished when they will come to institution. This is first warning to you all. This group is absolutely for academic purposes. You can put many questions or your queries you can put there, you can upload there in the group so that you can have the chance to keep close contact with your teacher, because because of ongoing COVID-19 situation, you are under lockdown, you are in confinement, you are not getting the chance to come to your colleges or to your classes, and that's why this group is being opened by the respected teachers according to the suggestion of the government as well as according to the advice of the university. And you people, some of you are misusing the group. It's not so much good. It is very much, I like to warn you people, do not try to misuse the group and do not try to disturb all the sincere and serious students. Let us now start this class. I welcome you all to this degree, first year, first semester, major, as well as nowadays honors and general or generic course students to this class, which is very important for your examination as well as to learn so many things for your life, for the satisfaction of your life demands. The other students, maybe the trainees of B.Ed, the students of K.K. Hendricks State Open University, the master degree students, the MPhil students, they also will be benefited with the help of the information which are supplied here. And the first unit or first chapter of this paper is concept and aims of education. And about this chapter in your higher secondary course, particularly in your higher secondary first year course, you studied so much well. You came to know about the concept of education. You came to know about the aims and objectives of education. But in your degree course, to some extent, extensively, elaborately, you are to study the same course which you studied in your higher secondary course. Let us, friends, begin by the quote, or depending on the quote, this one of the greatest quote of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi said, Gandhi defined, Gandhi quoted, or Gandhi said. I like to quote here just to start this class, just to begin this first class to all the students who have had their admission in degree BA first year, you see, honors course as well as major course first semester, as well as to all the other students. What Gandhi said, by education I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in the child and man, body, mind and the spirit. Friends, education is a social process. It's a process which has link with our life. Being the social process, education is compelled to change, or the concept of education change very much dynamically with the change of the society. But some definitions, there are some concepts, there are some definitions which are universal or which have universal validity. Gandhi so long, long back Gandhi defined, by education I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in the child and man, body, mind and the spirit. And this definition has, you see, universal relevance, and for which, though Gandhi many years back defined education this way, till today in present day social order also, this definition has specific importance and significance for all the people of different nations of the globe. What does it mean by education? Once at the time of, you see, explaining education, I means Gandhi say what he said, I mention an all-round drawing out, total drawing out, taking out of the best potentialities, best capabilities in the child and man, both in physical parameter, in mental parameter, and in spiritual parameter. So friends, education is a process as per the definition of Gandhi. Education is a very much dynamic process with the help of which all the physical potentialities or power or capabilities are developed. All the mental capabilities are developed. All the spiritual powers and potentialities are well developed, so that every human personality or every human individual become fit to lead life as per the chance demand of social order, as well as per the demand of the knowledge economy. Let us go back to this. This is Gandhi. You are to know Gandhi so much well because you are to know India. Once you are to know India, you are to know Gandhi. Uttam Chand Gandhi, 1822 and then 1885, means K.U. Gandhi. He was the father, or he is the father of Mahatma Gandhi. Putli by 1839 and 1891, you see, he is Mohandas Gandhi's mother, Putli Bai. Mohandas Gandhi, Kasturiba Gandhi is his wife. Father, Putli Bai mother, Kasturiba Gandhi, Mohandas Gandhi's wife. Then Hiralal Gandhi is one son, Minalal Gandhi is second son, Ramdas Gandhi is the third son, Devdas Gandhi is the next son of Mahatma Gandhi. And he was when 2nd October 1869. And when he died, means he was assassinated just after the independence of the country. Independence of the country means our country in 1948. We got independence in 1947, and just after 1 year of independence, Gandhi was assassinated when he was in a prayer meeting. Ram, oh Ram, he uttered the term, and this is Gandhi, his father, his mother, his wife, and his son. This is the total picture, because you are to understand Gandhi. Gandhi said, by education, I to mean an all-round renown of the best in child and man, body, mind, and spirit. Means the best potentialities of the best physical potentialities of human individual, the best mental potentialities of the human individual, and the best spiritual potentialities of the human individual is to be developed with the help of the process of education, so that human individual become, you say, responsible citizen for their own nation, to take part in the process of transformation of social order, at the same time to take, you see, vital role or own share, to contribute own share in the process of transformation of the global civilization, the global order of civilization, or the order of civilization, or the order of civilization which has been existing globally. Let us go back to the next slide. So now, concept and aims of education. For discussing this is the basic class of your course, and this paper I am again mentioning. This paper has importance for the students who do have major in education, as well as who have, you see, selected education as their general course or general study course. For the students of master degree, for the students of MPhil, for the students of B.Ed, or the trainees of B.Ed, all are to study education, and they are to know all this. The basic purpose, because you see friends, education has the concern with human life. It has the concern with human social order. If education has the concern of human life, then we must have to understand the basic purpose of our life. And the basic purpose of our life is to make life meaningful. We have to make our identity known to others. As we understand, life has two specific aspects. Specific, you see, aspects. First one is biological, and the second is sociological. Our life has two aspects. One is biological, and second aspect is sociological. We are social animal. We live in society, and that's why education, with the help of education, we learn or we come to know about the customs and tradition of our society. And biological demand, why we are to develop our physical capabilities, so that as biological unit or biological organism, we can develop all the capabilities so that we can exist biologically in the complex social order. The biological aspect includes everything which is connected with the processes that take place within human individuals. We need food, we need shelter, we need clothes, and for food, why? We have to earn money. How we earn? We sell labor. By selling our time, in the form of labor, we earn money, and with the help of money or material property or assets, we exist or we live life. So friends, the biological parameter of our life has special importance. It very specifically covers the physical and mental dimensions of human personality. Means the biological parameter or aspect of education basically covers two parameters. One is the physical parameter, and the second dimension is the mental dimension of our personality. Let us go back to the next slide. Man, friends, you know it so much well. Man represents the biological history. Man represents, you are the mirror of your ancestors. just after the birth of the child, the grandfather or grandmother says, oh, the nose of the child is just like its mother, the hair is just like its father, the appearance is just like the appearance of its maternal uncle, like this. Means we are representing biological history. Man, in a sense, is a product of the influence of genetic history and natural laws of this universe. For this, what is to be done? Life is a continuous journey, friends, and the experiences of the journey of life in the world make the world varied. We see the world differently, varied in the form of transformation of conditions of living with the help of the acquired stock of knowledge, and the process depend on the sophistication of the intellectuality of human being. By transforming the conditions of the environment, man tries to create conditions of living as per the demand of time and life, and in this process, education plays very important roles. So friends, education helps in two specific aspects, means it makes us biologically quite fit as well as it makes us socially quite fit. And once we become biologically quite sound as well as socially quite well known, then we become successful in, you say, leaving the imprint of our life, or the imprint, or the leaving the imprint in the history of human civilization. And this is one of the most important, you see, objectives of human life. Let us go back to the next slide. The sociological aspect of life includes, what does it include? Nature, customs, traditions, values, etc. of social life. All these make life meaningful, and the standard of life depends on the development of all the specified areas of human life. Man maintains the biological aspect of life with the food and transmits it with the help of the process of reproduction. Process of reproduction, because we expect to help to continue the generation, and that's why with the help of the process of reproduction, the social history, the continuity of biological history is, you see, made possible. And this is one of the most important, you see, objectives of human life. Means we are to take part in the process of continuation of the process of reproduction, or continuation of the biological history in our social order. Let us go back to the next slide. The social aspect of life is very important for the manifestation of all the specialities of life. Society is the place of making life safe, harmonious, disciplined, and organized. It is society for which we fear, means we make our life, we become so much safe in social order. We live in society because we need safety, and safety demand is satisfied by the social living conditions. We need harmonious living status, and it is satisfied in social order. We need discipline in life, and discipline is possible in social living order, and we like to live organized life, and this is one of the most important aspects of social living. Social life is one of the most important parameters wherefrom we can judge the level of development and status of living. Friends, we come to know our position in our society, you see, by considering different aspects. Without comparing yourself with other people, you never can understand yourself so much well. And friends, we like to contribute something for the transformation of social order. At the same time, we like to contribute for the transformation of our civilization, and we like to keep our name well known in the history, in human social history, in human genetic history, and it gets possible only with the help of different activities, specific activities with the help of which we can help other people get benefit, the cultural segment get benefit, the social living get benefit from our life order or from our activities. Let us go back to the next one. Without education, man cannot maintain both the aspects, means the biological as well as sociological. To maintain our biological aspect, we need different types of food, shelter, and clothes. To maintain our sociological aspect of life, we have to keep alive our social relation and make our social life very systematic. We are to preserve the specialities of our social life for our future generations. We are to change the values, customs, traditions, etc. of our society to achieve progress and face the challenges of our life courageously. And that's why sociological aspect has special significance, because we like or we expect the continuity of our biological history. Let us go back to the next one. Thus, man is to maintain the ideals of peace, freedom, and social justice for the continuity of social life. We have to change and modify our ideals, principles, values according to the demand of changing situations of our life. Life, being a very dynamic process or topsy-turvy process, demands the change of all concerned areas and aspects. Friends, life is a very topsy-turvy journey, and every time, in every moment we are to be ready to face different challenges. And with the help of education, we become so much expert in facing diverse challenges of our life situations, and we can become able to lead life successfully. Let us go back to the next slide. For the preservation and transmission of all the specialities of biological and sociological aspects, education is the most powerful tool. What is education? This you can understand. We can solve all the problems of our life with the help of education. Education helps to realize life in a better way. It teaches to understand problems of life deeply. It offers training to face the challenges of life courageously. It imparts learning to find out solutions of different problems of life. Let us go back to the next slide. Education helps to collect information and systematize knowledge to realize the value of life and work continuously for the advancement of life in society. Education is a social process. It has close relationship with human life and society as well. Education plays definite roles in the process of socio-economic, socio-cultural, socio-political development of human society. It helps to bring senses to the cultural specialities of human society. Again, in the process of the change of human civilization, education plays significant roles. Let us go back to the next slide. Education, what does it do? It determines the standard of life. It determines the standard of social living. It determines the standard of culture. It determines the standard of civilization of human society. So, at the time of determining the aims and objectives and making interpretation of the concepts of education, the needs of human life and different social phenomena are to be systematically analyzed and judged carefully. Therefore, friends, education is nothing but it's a means of realization of the realities of life. It is one of the strongest means with the help of which we can realize the significance of social living. It is one of the most important, means with the help of which we can understand the specialities of our culture. It is one of the most important, means with the help of which we can understand the speciality of our civilization. And by understanding life, by understanding the speciality of our culture, by understanding the speciality of our civilization, we can make ourselves totally fit to face all the challenges which basically the chance time always brings forward towards our living, and we become successful only with the help of education, by overcoming all the challenges which have been brought forward towards our life front by the chance time. And once we become successful, then our name or names remain in the history of human civilization, which is one of the most important, expectations of human life. So friends, education, Gandhi said, I today like to, close my class by the saying of Gandhi again, by education, I do mean an all-round throwing out of the best in child and man, in body, in mind, and in spirit. Thank you so much. You see your prospectus so well, so much well. You see many contents, many units you are to study, and the basic concepts you got in your higher secondary course, but extensively now you are to study, and you are to define education from your own understanding, by understanding your life, by understanding your society where you are living, by understanding your culture, which you are one of the most important parts, by understanding your own civilization with which you do have close human connectivity. Thank you so much.